A very good morning, everyone, and welcome to this exciting presentation on hotel booking analysis. My name is Anand Shiva, and I am thrilled to be sharing with you my findings on this project. Thank you for joining me today. Let's dive into the world of hotel bookings and discover some amazing insights. So, what is this project all about? Our goal is to conduct a comprehensive exploratory data analysis on a dataset of hotel bookings to gain valuable insights into customer behavior and the factors that influence the booking decisions. We are going to focus on identifying patterns in booking and cancellations, exploring why customers cancel their bookings and what factors contribute to these cancellations. We are also going to take a closer look at customer demographics and preferences. And now let's talk about the data that we'll be working with. The dataset contains booking information for a city hotel and a resort hotel. We have information on the booking was when the booking was made and the length of stay, the number of adults, children or babies, and the number of available parking spaces among all other things. So what are we aiming for to achieve in this project? The goal of this project is to meet the business needs of a hotel. So for that, we need to understand which amenities and services are most popular among us and what factors influence their booking decisions. We also need to determine the key drivers of occupancy, revenue, and customer satisfaction. Most importantly, we want to form strategies for increasing occupancy, revenue, and customer satisfaction. So in this section, we'll get to know the dataset we'll be working with. Let's start with the hotel field, which tells us if the booking was taken place in a resort hotel or a city hotel. The is cancel field gives us whether the booking was cancelled or not. And we also have the lead time, which is the time difference between to the arrival date. We also have the year of arrival, month of arrival, week number for arrival, and day of arrival. We also have the number of weekends customers stayed, and number of weeknights customers stayed, number of adults, number of children, number of babies, and the kind of meal opted and the country code. Next, we have the market segment, the segment which the customer belongs to, and the distribution channel is the channel which the customer accessed to make the booking, and whether the customer is coming for the first time or not, and whether there was a cancellation before. And we also have the count of previous bookings, the type of room was reserved, and the type of room assigned to the customer, and the number of times the customer changed the booking, and we also have the deposit type, whether the deposit was made or not, and whether, the agent number the customer used to book, and the number of stays in the waiting list, the type of customer, and whether the car parking was requested, and the number of special requirements accessed by the. Now let's take a look at the mean values of each variables to see if we can uncover some insights. Let's start with the ease cancel feature. This feature has a mean of 0.27. That means that about 27% of the times bookings are cancelled. That is a significant number. Hence, we'll be taking a closer look at why that might be the case. Next up, we have the mean lead time. The mean lead time of 80 days suggests that, on average, customers book their stay about 80 days in advance. This could be important information for the hotel when planning for future bookings. We also have the mean number of adults as 1.87, children as 0.14, and babies as 0.01. This could indicate the typical composition of guests staying in the hotel. Next, we have the each repeated guest feature with a mean of 0.04. This suggests that only 4% of guests are repeat customers. This is important information for a hotel as they may need to focus on customer retention to increase repeat bookings. In our next feature, the data shows that on an average, guests make about 0.7 special requests per booking. This information could help hotels understand the importance of offering special services to guests and to anticipate their needs. Additionally, the mean of booking changes feature is 0.07, which could indicate that guests are frequently changing their bookings. This could mean that there are issues with customer service or the booking process, and the hotel should address these to provide a better customer experience. Finally, the mean of ADR is 106.57. This information is critical for the hotel as they plan their pricing strategy. Understanding the average daily rate helps the hotel to determine the revenue and plan accordingly. The data wrangling is an essential step in the data analysis process. It involves cleaning, transforming, and mapping data into a usable format for further analysis. The objective is to make sure that data is in a form that is easy to analyze and produce meaningful insights. So let's dive into the data wrangling process. Our first step was to take a closer look at the data and to identify any issues that needed to be addressed. One of the key findings from our initial analysis was only very few data points existed before 1st May 2015. With this in mind, I made the decision that only to include the data from this point forward. It's out to ensure the accuracy and reliability of our findings and analysis. The next step in the data wrangling process is taking care of missing or duplicate values. So during analysis, I have found that 26.79% of the data points were duplicated. So I have dropped those. I have also found that the columns company, agent, country, and children had missing data. The company and agent columns were dropped since they were missing a significant amount of data and they might not add much value to our analysis. And the missing rows in the country and children columns were dropped as well. Welcome to the fourth and most exciting part of our analysis, data visualization, storytelling, and experimenting with charts. We will now be taking a deep dive into the insights and we have gained from our data analysis and present it in the form of visualizations. This will help us understand the key patterns in data and draw meaningful conclusions. We will be exploring the data using different types of charts such as bar graphs, line graphs, scatter plots, and more to uncover the underlying trends and patterns. Moving on to the next part of our analysis is univariate analysis. Here we focus on analyzing individual variables in the dataset at a time. Let's take a look at some key findings. As we can see, online travel agent is the most preferred medium of bookings. This could be a crucial insight for the hotel to focus more on their online booking process. When it comes to deposit type, we can see that a majority of bookings are made without a deposit. This could be a valuable information to the hotel to make decisions around the deposit policy. Lastly, the most preferred meal is breakfast in bed. This could indicate a high demand for room service breakfast options, and the hotel may want to consider incorporating more of such options in their menu. Here we can see that the customer type transient makes up the majority of bookings. These are guests who are predominantly on the move and seek short and often urgent hotel stays, like business people who travel during the week. This is crucial information for the hotel as they can tailor their services and promotions to this customer segment. Additionally, we found that room type A is the most reserved and assigned room type. This information can help the hotel to make informed decisions when it comes to room allocation and maintenance. So these are some of the important insights that came out from our univariate analysis. In the next session, we'll ask some questions as part of our univariate analysis. Let's see what kind of answers we can extract from this data. Now let's take a look at the trend of bookings over the months. From the analysis, we can see that highest number of bookings occurred during the months of April, May, July, and August. On the other hand, November, December, January, and February has the lowest level of bookings. Now let's see whether the insights gained from our analysis has any business impact. By identifying the periods of higher demand, the management can prepare beforehand and allocate more resources. This means that they can ensure the guests have a great experience during the peak season. Additionally, strategies can be developed to address the lower demand periods. By knowing the slope, the hotel can come up with special deals or promotions to attract more guests. Now let's take a look at the guest demographics. Our analysis shows that the majority of bookings comes from Portugal, accounting for 31% of the total bookings. The United Kingdom and France follow closely with 12% and 10% respectively. This information is important for the management to better prepare their staff and run targeted ad campaigns to attract these customers. By understanding the demographics of our guests, we can create more personalized experience for them, which can ultimately lead to a positive business impact. Next, we'll take a look at cancellations in the hotel bookings. Analysis shows that 27.38% of the total bookings were cancelled. This is a crucial aspect for the hotel management to consider as cancellations can lead to negative growth due to loss of revenue and opportunity cost. Understanding the reasons for cancellations and implementing strategies to reduce them can have a positive impact on the business. Moving on to our next session, let's take a look at questions related to bivariate analysis. This analysis will focus on identifying the relationship between two variables and help us gain more insights into our data. In this analysis, we found out that City Hotel generates the highest ADR with a revenue of 18.75 million euros, followed by Resort Hotel with 15.49 million euros during the time period from May 2015 to September 2017. This information is significant as revenue is the key metric that is used to identify the performance of a hotel. These insights gained from analysis can help the management take informed decisions and improve their performance. Next, we'll see how does the average of ADR varies by week, room type, and market segment. The peak of average ADR occurs during weeks 30 to 35. This can be directly correlated to high booking demand. When it comes to room type, we can see rooms with higher ADR are H, G, and F. And finally, when looking at market segment, we can see that online travel agent bookings have the highest ADR, followed by direct bookings and aviation. Let's now look at the business impact. As we saw, online travel agent generates the highest ADR, which means that the hotel management should direct its marketing efforts towards online platforms. By increasing its visibility on these platforms, the hotel can potentially capture more bookings and increase its revenue. The next question we'll be exploring is how does ADR varies with room type? Our findings shows that the most booked rooms are room type A, D, and E with an average ADR of 95, 109, and 119 respectively. On the other hand, the most expensive rooms are F, G, and H with an average ADR of 153, 167, and 172 respectively. It's interesting to note that the average daily rate is negatively correlated to the number of bookings. This means that people are more likely to book affordable rooms. So the business impact is the management can take into account these insights while allocating resources and making pricing decisions to optimize ADR and to maximize revenue. Moving on to our next question, which hotel has the highest cancellations? The analysis shows that city hotels have a higher percentage of cancellations compared to resort hotels. This has a direct impact on the hotel's revenue as cancellations lead to a loss of revenue. This information can be used by the management to identify the root cause of high cancellations and work towards reducing it. Next, we look into how the cancellation rate varies by room type, and we can see another interesting finding. We can see that there is a shift in percentage bookings from room type A to D and E, but at the same time, we also observe that cancellation for room type A are higher compared to room type D and E. So it could be concluded that room type A is getting cancelled more often due to the lack of availability. So this is really valuable information for the hotel management as they can strategize and try to increase the availability of room type A, which is more in demand to reduce the number of cancellation and maximize revenue. Our next question is how does the cancellation rate varies by market segment? Our finding shows us that online travel agent segment has the highest cancellation rate at 35.26. However, the offline travel agent and direct bookings have lesser cancellations at 14.54 and 14.64% respectively. This information can have a positive business impact for the hotel management. By identifying areas of higher cancellations, the management can make necessary changes to address these issues and potentially reduce the cancellation rate. This will lead to a better utilization of resources and help in reducing the loss of revenue. Let's move on to our next observation, which is how does ADR and number of bookings vary over time? We discovered that ADR and count of bookings are higher for city hotels compared to resort hotels. We can observe that ADR of city hotel is consistently higher than resort hotel. There was an increasing trend for ADR for both city hotel and resort hotel throughout the years. These insights give us a clear picture of the trends in the hotel industry and can help management make strategic decisions. For example, adjusting room prices and allocating enough resources to optimize revenue during high demand periods. Now let's take a look at the relationship between lead time and cancellation rate. The average lead time for not cancelled bookings were 38 days, while it was 79 days for cancelled bookings. This data indicates that high lead time can increase the probability of cancellations. This is a significant insight for the hotel as it can help in reducing cancellations. By providing regular updates to the customers with high lead time, and the hotel can reduce the chances of cancellations and improve overall revenue. Now let's take a look at the relationship between deposit type and cancellation rate. As we can see this from bar chart, most of the cancellations are from customers who haven't made any deposits. Interestingly, this is also the segment which generates the most revenue for the hotels. So this opens up a great opportunity for the management to reduce cancellation rates by encouraging customers to make a deposit. They could do this by providing additional offers or reduced rates. By doing this, the hotel could secure more bookings and increase their revenue. And now, let's take a look at the duration of stay over months and weeks. As we can see, the average stay duration is relatively higher from months 6 to 9. That's here. If that is June to September. The average stay duration ranges from 2.8 to 4.2, and we can observe that the average stay duration steadily increases up to the 35th week and then suddenly decreases. This information is important for the hotel management as they can better allocate their resources to meet the customer needs during the months where the average stay duration is higher. Next, we are exploring the relationship between the duration of stay and ADR. In this scatter plot, we can observe a decrease in the height of points as the stay duration increases. Hence, we can conclude that there is a negative correlation between ADR and stay duration. This means that customers who stay for shorter periods generate more ADR. This is a crucial insight for the management as they can focus on attracting more customers who stay for shorter periods to increase the revenue. Let's move on to our next session of our presentation, multivariate analysis. In this section, we will be analyzing multiple variables to get a better understanding of relationships between them. Now, let's take a look at the count of bookings and cancellations for each hotel over the years. As we can observe from the stacked bar chart, we can see an overall increase in the number of bookings in the year 2016, followed by a decrease. The number of cancellations seem to follow the same pattern. This data suggests that City Hotel is more popular among customers. However, it has also has a higher cancellation rate. Now let's take a look at the business impact of the insights. As we have seen, the data suggests that resort hotels are less popular compared to city hotels. If the hotel is not able to attract more customers and increase its popularity, it may face challenges in growing its occupancy and revenue. Now let's take a look at the correlation heat map. This chart provides a visual representation of the relationship between different variables in the dataset. We can see the correlation values between variables with blue indicating positive correlation and red indicating negative correlation. So let's take a closer look at some of these insights. We can see that the average daily rate or ADR seem to be positively correlated with certain variables like the number of children, number of adults, and total special requests and total revenue. Additionally, lead time seems to be positively correlated with total stay duration and total revenue. So we can conclude that these are the main variables which helps to contribute the revenue. On the other hand, the variable each repeated guest seem to be negatively correlated with ADR and lead time, which means that repeated guests usually book promptly with very little lead time. And the cancellations appear to be positively correlated with lead time but negatively correlated with the number of special requests. These insights help us to better understand the relationship between these variables and could have a significant impact on the hotel's decision-making process. Next, we'll discuss the solutions we have obtained so far to achieve the business objectives. So based on our analysis, we suggest the following measures to help the hotel achieve its business objectives. First, to accommodate the increased demand, the hotel should increase staffing and inventory during July and August. This will help to meet the customer demands and improve their overall experience. Second, the hotel should focus on improving its pricing strategies for each of the room types. By adjusting the room prices based on the demand and availability, the hotel can generate more revenue and better manage its occupancy levels. And third, hotel can improve its customer support for online bookings. By providing timely support and assistance, the hotel can encourage more customers to make bookings online, which can result in an improved revenue and reduced cancellation rates. Our next suggestion to the client is consider offering breakfast in bed as an added service. This will not only increase the revenue but also enhance customer satisfaction. Additionally, by focusing on attracting more customers who stay for shorter periods, the hotel can increase the revenue as the customers generate more ADR. To reduce cancellations, the client can encourage customers to make a deposit by providing additional offers and reduced rates. Additionally, they can provide regular updates to customers who have made a booking with higher lead time. Let's summarize what we have learned from this hotel booking analysis project. Our project was aimed to conduct an exploratory data analysis on a dataset of hotel bookings to gain insights into booking patterns and customer behavior, which can inform strategies for increasing occupancy revenue and the customer satisfaction. These are the suggestions that we provided. The hotel should focus on increasing staffing and inventory during peak booking months, improve pricing strategy, improve customer support, offer popular amenities and services as add-ons during booking, build relationships with online travel agents, encourage deposits during booking, and also direct marketing efforts towards online and social media. By implementing these strategies, the hotel management will be able to achieve their business objectives. This is the end of our hotel booking analysis. I hope you have enjoyed it and learned a lot from the insights that we have uncovered. Thank you.